Okay, let's try this question here. They say that there are these 4 points in the Cartesian plane. P, which is 2 and 0, Q, which is 4 and 6, R, which is 1 and 1, and T, which is 0 and something we don't know, K. And determine the values of K if P, Q, and T are collinear. That means all in the same straight line. And if they're all in the same straight line, that means they have the same gradient. So the gradient of PQ and the gradient of QT have to be the same. Well, that's all you do. You just go, I can figure out the gradient of PQ. You go 6 minus 0 over 4 minus 2, y2 minus y1. Just use the gradient formula. It's got to equal the gradient of Q and T. So you go K minus 6, the change in y, over 0 minus 4. So you just build this equation here. Well, that's what, what is this thing here? We've got, at the top, we've got 6 divided by 4 minus 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Times negative 4, because you've got a negative 4 here. You just multiply both sides by the negative 4. Times 3, you get minus 12. And K minus 6, well, just add 6 to both sides. You get K equals minus 6. Minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6. There's the first one all done. That's what K equals if P, Q, and T are all in the same line. What if PQ was perpendicular to RT? These take a little while, so maybe I'll do this in 2 videos. PQ is perpendicular to RT. Well, we've got the gradient of PQ, don't we? We had it right here. 6 divided, it's 3. And it's perpendicular to RT. Well, let's take a look at that. If it's perpendicular to RT, then they must multiply to equal negative 1. That's what perpendicular gradients do. They multiply to equal negative 1. But the gradient of PQ is 3, 6 over 4 minus 2. Well, all we do, let's figure out the gradient of RT. Well, there's R, there's T, so we can go K minus 1 over 0 minus 1. Well, we just build that equation, right? Those two gradients have to multiply to equal negative 1. Well, what did I do here? I've got this as minus 1, and it kind of, you can think about it turning 3 into negative 3. But I didn't do it that way. Say I have 0 minus 1. If I multiply both sides by minus 1, it'll get rid of this one and turn it into positive 1. And then I go 3 times k, 3 times minus 1. So I use that negative 1. I actually multiply both sides by negative 1 to make it the whole thing easier. And 3 times k is 3k. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Add 3 to both sides. You get 3k is 4. And then divide by 3. So k is equal to 4 over 3 if PQ is perpendicular to RT. That was a lot of thinking. Enough for a video, I think. Let's stop there.